Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. Another month is in the books, so it's time to go over what I feel are the top 5 4K Blu-ray discs of July 2024. July has come and gone. We are well over the midpoint of 2024, and this past month there were some incredible 4K titles released, not only in catalog and theatrical in that sense, but what I feel there's some really heavy hitters and contenders for best of this past year. So I would not be surprised to see some of these at the end of the year for that video. But if you're a collector, you were really eating good in July. And plus, we had that 50% off month-long July Criterion sale. Lots of stuff from the Criterion collection. All the labels put out some really incredible titles. But these are 5 that I'm going to go over in this video. So I, as always, encourage you to put in the comments what were your top 5 of this past month. Sound off down below. Before I begin, just a quick note. This is about the 4K disc itself, the picture and the audio. It's not about the movie. All film is subjective anyway, so we're just focusing on the 4K disc. So for my number 5 pick, this was a blind buy. I really enjoyed it. But I also feel that the picture and audio on this was really solid. It's a very well-rounded disc. Talking about The Fall Guy from Universal, really solid offering. This movie has a lot of great action scenes, and it does a wonderful job utilizing the surround environment. There's a good amount of Atmos effects. I think it's a lot of fun in an audio sense. Picture looks gorgeous. It's a beautiful looking image. No imperfections to speak of whatsoever. Enjoyable movie all around. So if you really like the film and you want the 4K disc, rest assured that the picture and audio will more than have you covered, and it's a worthwhile pickup. I know I just mentioned a few moments ago about the quality of the film itself, but as a side note, my number 4 is probably one of my favorite films of this past year. But that aside, the Criterion release of Perfect Days, in my opinion, the picture on this is probably one of the best I've seen of the past year, maybe even 2. Image quality is outstanding on this one. While it's not a little closer to the top of the list, mostly because the audio is just a standard 5.1. This is very, it's weird. I don't want to say dialogue heavy because there's really not a whole lot of dialogue, but it's a very environmental kind of film. It's almost ASMR in some ways. But I can't recommend the 4K edition enough. Gorgeous picture. This is a beautiful, stunning image. The audio is also very serviceable. It kind of pulls you into the film. There's a lot to enjoy. I did a full review if you want to hear my thoughts more about this. But Perfect Days from the Criterion Collection, absolute stunning picture, and it is one I wholeheartedly recommend you pick up and check out for yourself. For my number 3, this has been long on the most wanted list of 4K releases. It finally happened with its sequel, well, sort of sequel, going into theaters, but Warner Brothers' release of Twister. This 4K, I feel, really delivers. It meets expectations and then some with a not only really solid picture upgrade, that was very much appreciated, but the Dolby Atmos on this one, it was worth the wait. Very immersive audio track. I really enjoyed how the overhead effects were used and just how the whole Atmos was utilized, I feel is done very effective. Yeah, it's not, you can't necessarily compare this to well, let's just compare it to the sequel or so that was released recently. It's totally different eras. Sound designs are completely different. But for the mid to late 90s, Twister, the Atmos on this, outstanding. Great stuff. Honestly, check it out. It was fun revisiting this one, and with the whole Atmos effects, I think it really delivered. And of course, the picture, very important, really looks solid. So Twister on 4K, well worth the wait, and a definite recommend. My number 2 was released by A24, and as of this recording, you can only pick it up directly from their website. And this is a reference quality picture and audio presentation. The Zone of Interest, it is not the easiest movie to watch. This one is all about the sensory audio experience. Yes, you've got that great looking picture. It's razor sharp. It is beautiful. There's a lot of good color. HDR really brings out the palette well. I think it's wonderful. But really, the audio is where it's at. This is a haunting audio track. It is something that I don't even want to spoil anything, but you're looking, or listening rather, for the little nuances in the sound design. Just those far away sound. I mean, if you really want to hear my thoughts, please check out my review. But the zone of interest, it's something else. Definitely a contender for the end of the year. So if you've seen it, you know what to expect. But if you're going in for a blind buy, just be prepared, and also have a really decent home theater setup to fully get the best out of it. Because you're watching this with TV speakers, you're not getting, honestly, even a tenth of what you would get from a surround environment at home. But yes, the zone of interest, check it out, and we'll definitely be seeing this one again at the end of the year. And for my number one best 4K disc of July 2024, this is another A24 title, but released from Lionsgate, Civil War. Wow. This was something else as far as picture and audio goes, because they really go hand in hand with the excellence of the 4K, because this is a gorgeous looking picture, lots to just take in visually, razor sharp image, colors are very vibrant, and the Atmos on this one is some of the best I've heard of the year. I mean, this is some great Atmos. This film is very divisive. I understand that, but once again, film is subjective. But if you're a fan, I mean, the audio and picture on this are top tier across the board. Awesome stuff. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of this 4K disc. It is some excellent picture and audio all over. Check it out. So yes, Civil War on 4K. It's a high recommendation, and one I absolutely am positive we'll be seeing again in the near future. So those are my top 5 4K discs of July 2024. Now it's your turn in the comment section below to let me know what your top 5 releases of this past month were. And also, if you are interested in any of the titles I talked about in this video, I will leave direct links in the comment section. If you use them, they really help out the channel. But I was very impressed with the offerings of July, and I'm hoping we see more going forward. I know August has got some good stuff. September is starting to be really loaded, and of course we're inching towards the end of the year, but lots of good stuff on the horizon. It's a great time to be a collector. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.